Officer Dion Dotson, 45, who was freed on $10,000 unsecured bond, was indicted in the towing scandal 10 years after he and another officer were sued by a Detroit man in federal court. The man, Larry Darnell Jones, accused Dotson and Officer Nzinga Moore of assaulting him during a traffic stop in June 2007. Photo, Daniel Mears/Detroit News File. Detroit. A Detroit police officer indicted in a towing scandal this month has a checkered past, including a $2.5 million jury verdict after he was accused of beating a motorist during a traffic stop. Federal court records help characterize the tenure of Officer Dion Dotson, 45, who was arraigned Tuesday on 6 counts of extortion, 20-year felonies that include $250,000 fines. He was among 6 officers charged in cases unsealed December 13 Indiana Federal Court. Dotson, who was freed on $10,000 unsecured bond, was indicted in the towing scandal 10 years after he and another officer were sued by a Detroit man in federal court. The man, Larry Darnell Jones, accused Dotson and Officer Nzinga Moore of assaulting him during a traffic stop in June 2007. The lawsuit alleged Jones was falsely arrested and beaten for no valid reason and accused the officers of using excessive force. His injuries required him to have his jaw wired shut, attorneys said. The case went to trial in 2009 and a jury awarded Jones more than $2.5 million, an amount that was later reduced to about $1 million following settlement negotiations. The city paid the settlement. Dotson's indictment does not surprise me, Jones' lawyer, Paul Brothers J., said Tuesday. I can tell you that he was less than forthright during the trial and attempted to hide the facts of what really happened, Brothers J. said. He cost the city a great deal of money and possibly more than I would have expected under such circumstances. Dotson's lawyer declined to comment Tuesday. It was unclear Tuesday if Dotson faced any discipline after the 2007 incident. If the department decided after the lawsuit and settlement numbers like that not to terminate the officer, it comes back to were his actions in line with department policies and procedures. Detroit Police Officers Association President Mark Diaz said. When officers are accused of using excessive force, you have to consider what was going through the officer's mind at the time they used the force. Did he believe he was in fear of his life? Diaz was not familiar with the 2007 incident but called Dotson a really good guy, Diaz said. A God-fearing guy, very religious, Diaz said. I'm really shocked he was charged with a crime. Detroit Police Chief James Craig said he was not familiar with the 2007 incident, which happened before he was hired as chief. But he said he's working to change the culture within the department. Often when a lawsuit was filed, the department wouldn't be immediately notified, he said. The department might not know until they were served with a request to indemnify the officer. That's a different culture than what I came from. In LA, if there was a lawsuit, the department would be quickly notified and we'd initiate an internal investigation. That's what I'm doing now. I've instructed my legal advisor in internal affairs to initiate an investigation as soon as there is a lawsuit.